So, Martha, tell me, are you ready to give up yet? Will you finally admit that this is over? Because I've been more than ready for a long time. I divorced my husband over 2 months ago, so I can marry Max whenever I feel like it now. And I'd really like to make that happen sooner rather than later. Wow, Oakley, you've got a lot of nerve texting me like this. Oh, please, it doesn't take nerve for me to talk to you. After all, I won. I don't have any reason to sneak around or be ashamed of anything. Won? Are you actually calling this a win? You went after a married man, seduced him, slept with him, and broke up our marriage. You were supposed to be my friend, and yet you had no problem sneaking around behind my back. I've never met someone who could brag about something so low. Girlfriend, you just wouldn't understand. Unlike you, I actually have what keeps the boys coming, and coming, and coming. So I can have any man I set my eyes on, even married men like your soon-to-be ex-husband. God, the thrill of putting my hands on another woman's man. It's the greatest feeling a woman can experience. Honestly, it's gonna be hard to stay true to Max. Wow, you are monologuing like a comic book villain announcing their plot to take over the world. That's pretty cringe, honestly. But it tells me everything I need to know about you. If you actually feel pleasure stomping on someone else's happiness, you're not just messed up. You're absolute garbage. Oh, please, get off your soapbox. You're talking like some kind of saint, but let's be real here. You're just bitter. You're furious that Max chose me over you. It's eating you up inside and you can't stand it. You hate that I won and you didn't. You really think that? Honestly? I'm not even mad about it anymore. Yeah, at first it was a gut punch. It hurt like hell. I was shocked. I cried. I asked myself what I did wrong. But then I actually stopped and thought, what kind of man jumps into bed with the first woman who tempts him, even though he has a wife and kids at home? That's not someone I can trust around our children. That kind of man sets a horrible example. And once that clicked for me, it was like, oh, I don't want this man anymore. You can have him, Oakley. I'm better off without him. Then why haven't you divorced him yet? If you're so done with him, if you've really moved on, why not just set the poor man free? It looks to me like you might not be as happy about the situation as you let on. Look, it's not that I want to stay married. I want this over with, believe me. I'd love nothing more than to tie this up and move on. But Max is the one who's dragging his feet here. He's the one stalling. That doesn't make any sense. What's his deal? Why is he taking so long? Because he's caught up in some ridiculous drama with his parents. They're not on board and, well, unless they get on board, Max is not going to be too keen on going through with the divorce. I imagine that before too much longer, they'll reach some sort of agreement, and when they do, the divorce will happen. You're just gonna have to be patient. Whatever, I don't care about the messy details. As long as you're heading toward divorce, fine. Just get it done already, okay? I'm not waiting forever.
Hey, what the hell is your problem, Martha? I just got a bunch of angry texts from Oakley a little while ago. She said you told her that I was the one holding up the divorce. Why would you tell her that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it's true?
It's not even my fault! It's my parents! They're being absolutely ridiculous about the whole thing!
Can you blame them? Considering what you did to me, I think they're being completely reasonable.
Don't give me that! I'm still their son! They owe it to me to throw me a freaking bone here!
And what son-like things have you done for them lately, When's the last time you visited them before this whole mess blew up?
That's beside the point. The point is I'm their son, and they're being totally out of line by refusing to just give me this one little thing!
One little thing? That's rich. What you're asking for is definitely not one little thing.
Well, it is to me.
I'm sure it is. Anyway, Max, they're your parents. You're just going to have to deal with them yourself. And considering how little bargaining power you hold right now, you probably should take whatever deal they offer you.
I'm not settling for anything, Martha. I want what's rightfully mine. I deserve this.
You want to talk a lot about what you deserve, but what about what I deserve? I deserved a faithful husband. And what about our kids? They deserved a faithful, reliable father. Your parents also deserve a son who doesn't bring shame on the entire family.
Don't tell me about my family. Look, I'm not talking with you about this anymore, okay? I'll deal with it myself, so stop pestering me!
You're not dealing with it, and that's exactly why I have to keep pestering you. I'll give you until 1 month from now, Max. That's it. Get it done.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Congratulations, Martha! I just heard the big news. You're now officially a divorcee. That's the best news I've gotten in forever. And drumroll, please. Max and I are now married. So tell me, Martha, when are you moving out? Moving out? What do you mean? Oh, come on now. Don't be this way, Martha. You know what I mean. Did you think we'd let you live in our house forever? Sorry, but no, we're going to have a lot going on during our newlywed phase, and, well, let's just say you're not going to want to be around to hear it. Okay, well, I was about to eat lunch, but I'm gonna have to cancel that, because that mental image is absolutely nauseating. Okay, now enough joking around. When are you moving out of Max's house? Yeah, about that. You're under the completely wrong impression. I am? About what? About a lot of things, but first things first, let's clear the record about that house. It's not Max's, it's mine. It's... what? No, that's not true. Martha, I know it's gotta be painful to lose your husband and your lifestyle, but really, sweetie, grow up. There's no way that house is yours. It's a freaking mansion. It's got an in-ground pool, a movie theater room in the basement. It's incredible. And there is no way I am going to let you take what's rightfully mine. And I'm not going to let you or Max take what's rightfully mine, including the house. You've seen our house before, so you've seen the even bigger house next door, right? It's a big property, so it's a little ways away, but you've at least gone past it, right? Well, yeah. Isn't that where Max's parents live? Nope, that's where my parents live. No. Yep, my parents owned most of the land around here. They started selling it piece by piece to developers, and that's what financed their rags to riches story. Right before me and Max got married, they had a house built for us on the plot of land, partitioned it off, and put the whole thing in my name. But then you got married, right? So doesn't that mean the house became joint property? That means it's both yours and Max's. That is most definitely not how property law works. I could have him put in as a joint owner, yeah, but I didn't. And it's a good thing, too. If I did, I would have had to buy out his share when we got divorced. I don't believe this. Is it really so hard to believe? Like, did Max actually tell you that our house was his? Well, no, but I just figured it was. I mean, he's the man of the house and all, and he's got that fancy job and everything. Fancy job? What are you talking about? Well, yes, he said his parents run their own company and they gave him a job there. That means he's going to inherit the company one day, right? And he told me that he was going to get a massive amount of inheritance someday. Yeah, that's kind of the truth, I guess. Kind of? What do you mean, kind of the truth? Well, he might get a decent amount of inheritance someday, you're right, but that's not a for sure thing. I don't understand. If his parents run their own company, he's working for them, and they have a ton of money, then why wouldn't it be a sure thing? He's their son, right? Yes and no. He is their biological son, yeah. However, and this is the important part, they've disowned him. What? They disowned him? For what? Are you serious? What do you think they disowned him for? I have no idea. I don't know anything about his family history. They disowned him because of you. Me? What did I do? Oh, for the love of... Think, Oakley. Think. He was a married father. He has 3 kids. You were a married mother. You have kids of your own too. And Max betrayed his responsibilities to all of us and slept with you. They were kind of upset about that, Oakley. That's not the sort of thing that moral, upstanding people are willing to tolerate. But, oh, come on, people cheat all the time these days. There's nothing wrong with it. You might feel that way in that twisted, pitch-black heart of yours, but the truth is that there is a lot wrong with cheating. As soon as they found out about Max's affair with you, they immediately wrote him out of their will. You're joking. So what are you telling me? That he's not going to get any inheritance at all from them? How much he receives is all up to Max at this point. Would you please start making sense? What does that mean? It means that Max is going to have to earn back his share of the family estate, and that's where him getting hired into his parents' company comes in. I told you that Max and his parents were in a disagreement about the divorce, right? Well, Max was obviously terrified of losing everything when he divorced me. The house was in my name, and I had it since before we were married, so he was entitled to basically zero assets in the divorce. But he had been disowned by his parents, so they weren't going to give him any assistance either. So they made a deal. What was the deal? It's what I said earlier. Max would have to earn back his share of the family's estate. That means working at his parents' company. Oh, I get it. So they're going to give him some cushy executive position, right? Groom him to take the reins someday? No, he's starting from the ground up. He'll get hired in at the lowest possible position in the company, and he'll have to work his way up the ladder the old-fashioned way. If he's able to eventually reach the executive suite by merit of his own performance, then they'll write him back into the will. And if he can't do it, or if he quits, he's out. For good. No way. This can't be happening. This is not what I signed up for. Oh, well, I am so terribly sorry that your affair didn't work out like you had hoped. But hey, you finally got your wish. Max and I are divorced, and you can marry him now. I hope you two amoral, adulterous atrocities have a long, happy life together. Don't think you've heard the last from me, Martha. Oakley, what in the world is this? Oh, did my letter finally arrive? Well, that's good to hear. I hope my intent was clear and that you'll be a good little girl and cooperate. Yeah, none of this was clear at all, actually. Like it was complete nonsense. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Is English not your strong suit? Well, then I'll explain for you in super simple terms, okay? When two people get divorced, the one with more money has to pay the one with less. Your parents are filthy stinking rich, right? Rich enough to buy you that house. That means you've got way more money than he does. That's why I sent that demand for alimony. I expect no less than $5,000 a month, every month for the rest of Max's life. Yeah. That was just about the only thing that was clear in that letter you sent me. Say, you didn't happen to run this by an actual lawyer, did you? Nope, I wrote it all by myself. I could tell. And there's more. There is? That's right. The truth is, I'm pregnant, and Max is the father. Wow. Oh, I bet you're absolutely crushed, right? But don't get crushed just yet. You still need to hear the best part. That means you owe him child support. It does? For real, Martha? This is like a basic law stuff. Max was your husband. You divorced him. He is a child. That means you have to pay him child support. Oakley, your legal expertise is truly fascinating. You have all the brilliance of a random 65-year-old on Facebook. Excuse me? Let me tell you how the law actually works, starting with the most obvious part. I don't have to pay child support for a kid that isn't mine. But the baby is half yours. I conceived while you were still married. That doesn't make the baby half mine. It makes the baby all yours and Max's. So no, I don't owe you a single cent to provide for that baby. Now, moving on to the alimony part, that is also, most assuredly, not how any of this works. It most assuredly is how it works. Yeah, no. First of all, like I said before, I got the house from my parents before we married, so he doesn't get any of that. Also, my parents were the ones helping us out with taxes, utilities, and all that stuff. Max was perpetually underemployed, so he never made all that much money. What? didn't you think it was strange that his parents are only hiring him to work for them now? They're his parents, so they know exactly how incompetent he really is. Oh no, this can't be happening. But it is, Oakley. So to summarize, you're not getting the house, you're not getting any child support or alimony from me, and you're going to have to make ends meet with Max starting back at minimum wage. I can't believe it! You mean to tell me that I blew up my own marriage, stole your husband from you, got pregnant with another man's child, and married Max all for nothing? Huh? Wait a second, back up. What was that third thing? I had it all planned out so perfectly. Back when you two were taking forever to get divorced, I was terrified that Max would get cold feet and stay with you. I wanted to get pregnant to trap him into a relationship with me, but damn it, that guy is so thorough with birth control. So no matter how I tried, I couldn't get pregnant. With him, anyway. I don't like where this is going. So I contacted an old boyfriend, told him about my situation, and asked him to give me a baby that I could pretend was Max's. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. Wow, wow. You mean you did an IVF sort of thing with him, right? Huh? Are you kidding me? That costs tons of money. No, we did it the old-fashioned way. Holy, oh boy. I mean, it was a win-win situation. He got to have some fun, free and clear of responsibilities, and I got to have the thrill of cheating on the man I stole from one woman with a man I stole from another woman. God, please, Oakley, just stop. My opinion of you has fallen so low, it's gone completely through the earth and come out on the other side. But now I find out that Max isn't getting any house, he isn't getting any inheritance, and he isn't getting any alimony. And he's gonna have to work for minimum wage now? Yeah, this is not what I had in mind. I don't need him. You can keep him. Oakley, I can't keep him because you already have him. Yeah, well, I don't want him. I'm divorcing that broke loser. I hope he works his butt off at his parents' company, though, because I am not letting him off the hook for our baby. He's gonna have to pay child support. I can be generous and settle for $3,000 a month. Did you not pay attention to what I told you earlier? Oh, forget it. You'll find out eventually. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta talk to a person about a thing. Later, Oakley. Hey, Max. I never thought I'd be reaching out to you again, but here I am.
You! I've got something to say to you, Martha. Thanks to you, Oakley wants to divorce me. What the hell is wrong with you? Why did you have to tell her about all that stuff? Now I'm never gonna see my baby.
Max, I am in the dilemma of a lifetime. I would love nothing more than to crush you into little, tiny, bite-sized pieces. However, there is one more person who I am equally angry at. Right now, though, I feel like you've received the proper punishment for your wrongdoing, so the balance is tipped in your favor. Do not say anything to me that might change that.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You want to know? Say please.
Are you serious?
Yes. Say please, and I'll tell you something that will save your financial future.
Fine, whatever. Pretty please with sugar on top, give me the information that will supposedly save my financial future.
That's the ticket. I'll send you the screenshots in a second. Martha, you actually told Max about my kid? I can't believe you. I thought you were supposed to be my friend. Now I'm gonna have to raise this baby all by myself. I hope you're happy, you frickin' psycho. Martha, are you there? I know you're reading these. Martha, answer me. Martha! I thought about blocking her number, but then I thought that the satisfaction of leaving her on red would be even better. Max got his marriage with Oakley annulled, so he was free and clear of all financial responsibilities to both her and Oakley's baby with her ex-boyfriend. Speaking of whom, the ex-boyfriend totally ghosted Oakley and left town, so she had no way to go after him for child support either. Oakley tried going back to her parents, but just like Max's parents, they weren't too thrilled with the idea of their daughter being a serial homewrecker. They kicked her right back out on the street. She ended up putting the baby up for adoption, which, honestly, is probably for the best. As for Max, he's currently hard at work trying to earn his way back into his parents' good graces. He's working alongside a bunch of fresh college grads, many of whom are very well qualified for the position. If he wants to pass his parents' test, he's really going to have his work cut out for him.